Hey, y'all. So before we get started, if you're a woman building a business or a life you actually love, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Sisterhood, Soul, and Success. This podcast is brought to you by Peace, Love, and Biz, where success is built with strategy, clarity, and peace, not burnout. Subscribing helps us reach more women who are ready to redefine success in their own terms. All right, let's dive in. Hey, y'all, welcome back to Sisterhood Soul Success, brought to you by Peace Love Biz. Today, we're talking about something that almost every woman has chased at some point, and that's work life balance.
And we're going to say it out loud. Work life balance is a myth.
So true. I mean, if you have ever felt like you're failing miserably, because we never feel like we're just failing and we're good with it. We feel like, oh my God, I'm failing miserably because you couldn't do everything and not everything was perfect. If you've ever felt that way, this episode is for you.
And I want to tell everybody out there the problem isn't you, it's the expectation. It's the expectations set by society, by men, by employers, by other moms online. It's all about the expectation. So when you learn how to change your expectations, that's when you start to realize that you're really not the problem here.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of people, if there's a concept they could be sold this if they plan better, they work harder, they hustle more, they wake up earlier, everything's gonna magically work out. I don't even think it's a sale to a person. I think the person literally looks at pictures online and goes, but their life is perfect. Dude, it's a photo. It's a photo. It's a capture of a single moment. It's not all the drama behind the photo. It's the 30-second snapshot of one moment in time. It's not real life. It's just not.
Balance assumes everything deserves equal time and equal energy, and it's just not realistic. You can't chop yourself into 8 equal pieces like a pizza, you know what I mean? Everything is I didn't mean to use pizza, but I guess it just subconsciously comes out.
And now I want pizza all day, every day. So
Sometimes you have to just be in different seasons of your life where things are demanded differently from you. Those one slice is big, one slice is small. Your work slice of pizza is big and your personal slice of pizza is smaller. Your family slice of pizza is in the middle. Sometimes, if you think of your next pie, all the slices are little. So you're doing what you can. And it just matters what season you're in. And you adjust as the needs are needed, I guess I should say.
I mean, and that's why we're having this episode. I mean, yes, someone's hearing this right now going, yeah, that's great advice. But do you honestly know what I woke up to this morning? We'll get into the mix of kids, how kids play a factor. Is it harder? Is it easier? Is it different? But you wake up and whether you have a kid or not, maybe your kid didn't want to do her chore this morning. You did not wake up and go, okay, well, I know she's gonna have a fit because of this. And so how do I handle it? And what are the strategies I'm gonna put in place? No, you woke up thinking, okay, let me get some coffee, do your little morning routine, get my child off to school, come back and start working. That's what you thought. That's
Right.
not how it went down.
No,
That's not how it went down.
it was a little bit of a struggle this morning, and so the day was offset, but you know what? That's where we have to pick up the pieces and decide that we're not gonna let that ruin the entire day.
Right. So no day is perfect. There is nothing perfect, but every day is a good day. And if you're hearing this go right now going, what a load of crap, and I don't want to hear your sunshine and rainbows and unicorns, but guess what? You've determined if you wake up going, it's all shit, then guess what? That's all you're attracting today is shit. If you wake up going, it's a good day, even I've had stupidness happen. Stupidness happens every day, all day. It happens. Because guess what? There is a world full of people that are stupid, but it's your response, your approach. Do you have time? Are you going to deal with the stupid? You don't have to deal with the stupid. You can say, you know what? I'm not dealing with it right now. Goodbye. To your point, everything carries a different weight. You choose that weight. You choose what's important in that moment. That's
And
okay.
you adjust as you go, and you don't compare yourself with others. Like social media is a really big one that, people are finding themselves comparing themselves to these like super moms online or these super business owners online. And you think that because you're not at that level that, that you are less or that you are not, in alignment. And the thing is that, social media is all a show sometimes. Like we were just talking about how people do things like rage bait. You just learned the word rage bait today.
I just learned rage bait. I got the concept. It was just beyond my comprehension that people do crap like this on purpose. Like, I mean, it's work. I'm a pretty positive, pretty efficient, productive individual. It does take work at times to not go, what in the fuck is wrong with you? And go, you know what? It does take work at times and just go, okay, well, it is what it is. I accept that that's where they're at. And this is what I've got to do to move forward. There's times where it doesn't take work to do that, and there's times where it is. This morning, figuring out, talking with you, the post that I read was possibly rage bait was just mind blowing to me that somebody would do this on purpose.
Right? Just because the more likes and comments and reactions they get paid on it. So they'll make their life look picture perfect so that you can follow along with their picture perfect life. But that's, where you got to remember this is like watching TV. This is like
Yeah.
wrestling. This is just for show. This is just for the
Yep.
shits and giggles and the entertainment, really. So we got to remember, you can't compare yourself.
No, absolutely not. And women in general carry a huge mental load, the emotional labor. If you have families, you have a significant other, you're usually the one doing the planning and prepping, holding it all together, making sure everything flows right every single day. Johnny has his lunch and Susie, whatever, gets on the bus on time and all those things. And even if you're not, even if you're already in the office or you have a meeting already, you've already had a plan for everybody to follow those things out. So then you add social media into that mix. Dude, you're just throwing fuel on a fire. You're literally gaslighting yourself. You're making your own life harder by then looking at social media. And if you're looking at it first thing in the morning, you're literally asking for your life to be hell
Your
because you're
your day.
literally having all that crap influence you before you're even out of bed. So stop looking at socials, stop checking your emails when you first wake up. Biggest waste of time, you
You
know?
want to hear the
So
funny part? You're
absolutely.
watching on social media and you're watching through this super mom who's out there. She wakes up at 5, she goes to the gym, she gets her kids ready, she sends them to school. Meanwhile, you're feeling guilty and you're just laying there like, wow, I'm still laying in bed and she's already gotten her workout for the day and everything like that. And that's where the guilt comes in and it can be really exhausting.
Well, because you're comparing yourself. That's the other thing. Maybe for her, she is in the season of her life that is great and that she's able to do that. And maybe at the same time, maybe she's
Maybe she's faking it.
so yeah, maybe she has put herself under so much pressure. She's doing it because she thinks that's what needs to be done to make this keep happening or to fulfill some type of imaginary checklist and imaginary goals that is not truly fulfilling her in that moment. It could be either way, but in the end, that's a good for her, or maybe she needs help, or maybe she doesn't know how to do it. And regardless, that's not your concern. Focus on what's making you happy. Do what's making you happy. And if you need to lay in bed, guess what, boo boo? Lay in bed. So I mean,
Period.
if there is no work life balance, what the hell's the solution then?
I think that the solution to balance is just alignment.
I love that. I love that. Pick your battles, look at your time, look at your energy, figure out what your values, what your goals are, what matters most in that moment. You may have a long-term goal of having $100,000 in savings, opening up the 401k, all those financial goals, having your kids in the right school, college, all those things are all important. That doesn't mean that every once in a while you can't go splurge and get a pizza, and I realize I'm saying this to a country that literally majority of people eat out all the time. But there are some people that don't allow themselves that moment. Or better yet, they don't allow themselves, to your example, to lay in bed on a Sunday till 9 or 9:30, and they can. But they feel like, oh, I've got to get up and do and do and do and do and do. They're not giving themselves that grace,
You have to be
So
kind to yourself. That's where we have to jump in and remind everyone to be kind to themselves. It's okay.
absolutely.
Rest is okay. But
Yes.
but
Yeah.
comparing is not okay.
Yes, stop comparing. Stop comparing. If you're chasing perfection, just stop. Because first of all, it doesn't exist. Perfection does not exist. You're literally asking for failure. That's what you're asking. You're asking for disappointment. You're asking for failure because perfection doesn't exist. It's kind of like your partner when people go, "Oh, he's perfect," or "She's perfect." They're perfect for you. They're perfect for you. And that's great. Wonderful. Fabulous. But perfection, not real. Alignment literally allows you to forever be changing, forever be whatever you need in that moment, whatever is important in that moment. Not everything is important all the time. It's impossible. Not that nobody else doesn't, but I have a to-do list that's ridiculous. It's in my Asana. I'm scared to even look at the board to get the number of things I have because while I hate micromanagement, I micromanage myself to death, but not every single one of those things can be done all at the same time. It's impossible. So you prioritize. What's the most important thing right now? And you need to do that with when you're faced with emotional crap, whatever it is that's going on. You need to do it.
100%.
Agree with that. That's what you need to do.
Well, leading
So,
into our next segment, we want to talk about how do we do all of this with kids and how do we do it without kids and what are the differences between the two? It's a conversation about balance. And it looks different depending on whether you're a mom of children or a mom of a pet or a mom of nobody.
yeah. Some would argue that with kids is easy. Some would argue that if you don't have kids, it's easier. Some would argue if you don't have kids, or some if you do have kids, it's harder, and if you don't have kids, it's easier. Uh,
It's different.
it's different. I would I'm comfortable in saying only because I've had kids and I don't have kids now. So I've lived both lives. Is my life easier? Can I manage all the things I have to do without children, without young children to boot? Because my children would be older children now. Yeah, it is. Someone's going to hear this and go, "Oh my God, how could she say that with her kids dying?" Well, I mean, that's beyond what I can control. I can't control they died. So it just is what it is. Is working easier? It is. It is. That's just truth. Does it make those moments easier? No, those moments still exist. All those moments I'm faced with and challenged with and have to deal with someone stupid and have to choose, am I going to battle this issue today? Do I have the emotional well-being for this or the patience for it? Totally, those still exist. I just don't have the stress of now I have to make sure that Alexis got to her doctor appointment. That would be the difference. So macro level, sure. Micro level, different, not easier. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts? And you
Well,
before Sophia.
yeah. Oh, percent. When I was, before Sophia, I could just work and work and work and work and work and work and work, and I didn't have to be responsible for another person. And sometimes women feel pressure to overwork because they should have more time. But I mean, it really just depends on how you're using your time. I think that whether you have kids or not, you shouldn't be working, working, working like that because you still need time for yourself. And some young women have. I feel like the later generation, they're trying to do better on working on self care and caring for
Yeah.
themselves, doing things for themselves. And I really love that because before it was kind of like shunned upon to take yourself out for a meal, get your hair done, get your nails done. If you're working, why not? You shouldn't have the pressure to just only work, and you're not in trouble for something. You're not being
Uh,
reprimanded.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had two passing thoughts. So one is, I obviously at some point I didn't have children before I had them. So I was, married, no children, and then I had children. And then unfortunately I don't have them anymore. What I realize is you don't realize before you have kids, when you don't have kids, how much you should be really enjoying the life before,
Oh
So
yeah.
and yeah, to your point, like, why, for me, getting my hair done, manicure, pedicure, go to the beach, I literally leave the house probably every 2 weeks because everything can come to me. But I
Right.
do get out of the house, I do leave the house, and I go have lunch or I go have dinner, I go do something with Pedro, and I do work a lot. I really, really love what I do though. Like, I'm ridiculously in love with being an accountant. Not normal, but that's what I am. So that does give me peace. But you know what? You still need to do something because that just doesn't work to constantly be doing it. And so then if you're a mom or a dad and you're a mom and you're a mom, you gotta, it sucks. It sucks because you're drained and you're exhausted, but you gotta do something. Because if you don't, you're not taking care of yourself and you can't take care of anybody else. And you have little people that are you're responsible for. You know?
Right.
So you need
Right.
rest, you need boundaries, you need alignment. It's all valid. It doesn't matter what your situation is, you need it.
There's no trophy out there for who worked super hard because they had no family, no kids or anything. No one's gonna give you a trophy for that.
Yeah, there's no
So
trophy.
don't do it to yourself.
Maybe we should do a trophy. Just
Right.
not a trophy for that, but a trophy for something.
Right. We don't wanna turn down that, but, the point is, like, don't overexhaust yourself. It's not a
Yeah,
competition of who worked harder. Work
yeah,
work what you have to work, and then from there, if you're a mom, you take care of your kids, your family, and if you're not, then you just take care of yourself.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, wow, this was a lot in this episode. I feel
Oh,
good about this episode. I think it was
me too.
really,
This one came straight from the heart. This is
yeah,
the way we live our everyday lives, and I think a lot of other women out there are in the same hustle as us.
absolutely. I mean, that's what this is all about. You and I talked about this at the end of last year. The little information before we close out, folks, is Sonia and I. Sonia was originally a client, turned into a friend, a great friend, amazing friend. And we just kind of leaned on each other and we were like, there's a lot of women in our same predicament. Let's do this. And, for you, if you heard this and this spoke to you, or someone that's going, oh my God, that friend of mine, she thinks she fails at everything, pass it along. Let her know she's not failing. Let her know she's human. Pass along the podcast. Let her know, hey, you're doing all right, man. You are doing okay.
Bitch, you doing it. Good job. Bitch, you doing it. Good job.
Absolutely.
I love that song. If this episode gave you permission to breathe a little easier, take a moment to like and subscribe to Sisterhood Soul Success.
Amen. This podcast is brought to you by the amazing Peace Love Biz CEO and founder right here. And we're here. We're here to help women build a sustainable success without burnout. Do not burn yourself out. It does nobody any good.
Absolutely. And let's close with this reminder.
I honor the season I'm in. I release comparison. I redefine success on my own terms. Sonia, bring it home for everybody to repeat after you one more time.
I honor the season I'm in. I release comparison. I redefine success on my own terms.
Aw- Well, thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.